Before we start, we'd like for you to forget everything that went on today or last night or things that's supposed to happen tomorrow because, you know, we're trying to make our own little world right here. At least give us that.
Skill, form, strength, power, speed, and charisma are but a few of the ingredients that make a fighter stand out among his peers. So, if you thought that all fighters were the same, think again and prepare to be educated.
Surrender to the power of Point Dread.
My entourage puts things together like a collage that flows colossal. So don't say it's not possible for the mic apostle to get hostile. Skills is mine, refrains God still. While you idle the vital titles, resign to recitals. Serious situations make MCs suicidal. The sky will release a masterpiece that won't cease. My mind runs rapid like a wildebeest. Got you throwing up flash beats. So hand over your mic, spin the rap sheets. Cruising please, I press the button to delete. The glutton to defeat is bye now. Dead relax, sleep. These wise words work it out like crunchy CEO, please. I'm a triple threat. Got you throwing through tough terrain to the trench, tear out the sneaks. These rhymes leak from the mouth like bleach spit. My flow's a gift, get it, even my foes dig it. I'm like facing the wall when I pose a pivot. The most horrific. Fuck a mic, I still got good acoustics. It do since I'm on, signs out, subject suspense.
Surrender to the power of Point Dread.
I hunt like a shark while highly evolved senses. When sentences sparks up the MCs jump fences to escape ground zero. Cranium 237 will mutate a hero. Overly abundant neutron bombardment. Interloping MCs get cursed as the first target. Bullseye, fools try to find fault. I assault your battery to neutralize the energy that you would use to slander me. Front for fame, I cause pain. Bless, yes, here comes the rain again. Falling on your head like a Timberland. You'll have to remember when your chin was wireless. Cellular cell war, cause I abhor your mixture deplore. The scripture, the wise one is fatter than a before picture. Will your frame remain akin to save the children? See sagesty, stay serene like a Sylvan setting. I'm betting your dog won't show, cause that bro know that you can't go above and beyond. Of love I am spawned. So instead of folding, I'm golden like the pond. Consider yourself warned like Lena, I'm horned. And hell fear the fury if my crew gets scorned or angry, I'll hang thee. Expected executioner. Giant violent storm as if my spirit was Jupiter. I holler like a scholar, still your speech is sounding stupider than the average whack MC, and the penalty is chaining chariots to extremities.
Surrender to the power of Point Dread.
I reinforce like rebar while your structures depleted like unnatural erosion. I'll be that microscopic pour in your Trojan, inseminating minds and leaving them open cause they can't handle features, tactics, removing kidneys with surgical degrees, black market expertise, letting your structure freeze, and certain IVs to let disease mind feed. 3 main courses as a blood courses through my veins. This is my strategy to make your structure feel the pain while I grow and attain. Fusion has verbal gain like amplifiers. This dope ass rhyme supply with grip like pliers around the microphone. Hearing my vocal tones make a second MCs implode. Cause I gotta keep it neat, making competition obsolete. MCs physique ranking like athletes' feet every time they speak. Melt my physique. Listen as I critique my BPMs, realistic like holograms. This pedigree they can't stand. Reprimand every man. Caution to where your head stand. Have you hallucinating like acid trip gas. My verbal flip stomachs like G-forces on the outer orbit comet, leaving you enslaved by this mental bombardment.
Surrender to the power of Point Dread.
Personally, pose for first perplex, paraphrases purposely perverse, the spider will populate your projects. This kid's an object often pictured and breached to your nervousness. My lip service is a pernitent exhilarant. Simply stated, superior predator pillaging your populace. You and my music don't fit like me in a mosh pit sitting in the center reading the Kama Sutra. My epiphany's a flock of vultures under the distance, create the audible illusion of being screech owls. My vowels make noise blatant. Me in a nutshell, Tao Te Ching chapter 20, place a Poseidon in a lit pipe bomb in point blank range. 5 seconds for detonation, leaving flailing flesh, your limbs gesticulating. I was mistaken for an irregular heartbeat, thought lifeless yet still emanating heat. Discreet pose, the paradox shines. You're still inconspicuous, closer to death than Eazy-E's IV, while you're still in the simplest state of the syphilis.
Surrender to the power of Point Dread.
Forget about a force field, I'll trample through fields with the force of 4 at my side, making 5 the sum of horsemen wielding flaming swords. When faced with death, famine, war, and pollution, Point Dread makes the apocalypse look less threatening than a drop kick from a Lilliputian. There's no solution to this puzzle, not a device created on Earth could muzzle my diction. Icarus Jones defies description, misunderstood like encryption, and I send heads into conniption, fits like an undetected mental affliction. With the evolution of my resolution, revolutions remain 33.3 per minute, always infinite in a world that tends towards the finite, but in hindsight I've yet seen an ohm of illumination come from the limelight. At the center of any firefight, you'll find this 5-man consort known in battle to decapitate for sport. And watch the distorted pieces of your corpse twitch and contort until your soul decides to abort. Me and my curious cohorts remain reluctant gods of sort, forever underground like Harriet Tubman's means a transport sport.
You win. Perfect. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Este foco en el canal Fox con demanda popular. Cuando MCs atacan parte 2 con el David Caradi y Eric Estrada con punto y punto comentario de Roy, de Siegfried y Roy. Cuando pensaste que podías comprar un tape de un backpack.
Turntable Metabolism.
Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself.
I wield a Bali song in a Wakazashi styles from every land, so you can't stop me. I'm on top of your posse. To cross me is costly, commonly cause atrocity. Shirukin approach, startle targets at high velocity. Quite possibly toxic tipped, epidermal rip. Ungrateful guest sip, silent red rum, violent head, some possessed. I relieve stress constructively, others test destructively and learn to flee before you fuck with me. The WYZ deplete shield strength, the flip frank pounds and yen, your shank hits the ground when you begin to strike. This accurate acolyte is unsympathetic to your plight. Your sight is the first to go when I employ nympho arts. Don't you know, boy, your body parts are endangered species, preyed upon by this alien spawn, destruction incarnate. Katanas cut, never lethargic, aggressors might start it, but it's the beginning of the end. Gone with the wind, our plans for a future, shoot your mouth off. I defend with Teflon skin, the truth you slept on when you attempt to exempt yourself from the rules.
I didn't come to fight. I came to watch the end of your existence.
Boundless, you found this breed to exceed code in every aspect. Aztecs, mystics can't trace my path. Wrath is foreign but understood. Over you I sat and wonder good questions. What has you stressing, guessing your weapon could be successful? Your best blade is dull, mental battery is ever sharp. Routinely toss tarps to conceal arsenal. Hidden weaponry, stepping to me is self-inflicted tragedy. Almost magically I appear when you fail to steer clear of restricted sectors. I check your movements and hold the advantage. If you manage to repent, I might relent. You could not prevent the event. Horizon encompasses all. You might want this to fall, but I'm buoyant. This boy went behind enemy lines to find symmetry in minds, enlisting growth agents. This mental mage sent an incantation and blazoned on the face of men.
Farewell.
Hey, brother, it's time to kill that 40 of Mucho Bravado and mosey on into the squared circle. That's right, steel cage, brother.
I'll reignite and redesign your whole structure. Motherfucker, watch as I puncture your internals with my verbal knife boom. I'll consume energy that's kinetic and leave you with depletions like diabetic. And all the shit that you need to fix is cosmetic. So get that medic and come back in cause my sounds are Vedic. Deep into your structure like adamantium, features similar to Wolverine skeleton. Fusion is a superhero and you thought I was pretend. But listen, as fusion bends your whole mind state, crossing ligaments in your brain to obtain information to convert into my format, making sure MCs catch neglect. Fusion be standing back, making derogatory comments, making those non-infected people vomit, dropping knowledge that's atomic to your perception. Fusion will give your girl a seminal emission, leaving her mind blistering in total bliss and result total carnage to pussy lips and a slap on the hip. Fuck you, Fusion.
Mucho bravado. Mucho bravado. Mucho bravado. Mucho bravado.
Route of traveling is familiar to a javelin toss. Velocity gain, pain excruciating when target struck. 100% accuracy, pinpoint precision makes me and minds connect like Scarlet Witch and Vision. Though in vision absent feminine, traits frustrating the masses. The point dread curio shop remaining opaque amalgam existence. Curious like token black, adopted gymnast evading the capture of velociraptors. To the fraudulent, who's forceful tackling torsos. You all scratch off like fleas and ticks in the hair, aborigine chicks. Those makes jaws drop like brindle flies, so watch I be the one to give in to intimidation. See, dig, I can stick my chest out just as big. I spit the furthest when I was a kid, so understand, pose and point dread are synonymous like the Morlocks and Callisto. About 5 feet, 9 inches doesn't calculate accurate my reach. I'll make the warp core breach. By spectacular speech, hot box between the cheeks and cheeks. Marin, I'm scaring cats with my preference for Star Trek references, providing me with plasmoid projectiles aimed at M-class planet inhabitant humanoids who can't conceive the concept of me knowing what they're gonna say before they say like Counselor Betazoid. Words that I'm deploring, genocide like Cardassians do peaceful bajorans. To raise white flag fags in Europe by cigarettes. I don't smoke so I can get bigger still on the outskirts of Yggdrasil. I still distill chlorophyll. My phrase is appeal to the plant life. My mind's achieved a state of euphoric bliss, capable to design rhymes that bend timelines.
Mucho bravado. Mucho bravado. Mucho bravado.
While thugs in Stockton, steady cocking glocks and hot boxing, I'm concocting rhymes in my noggin, slaying seeds like toboggan with style. I flagrantly foul with vows, and combat with mortals like Kung Lao, till they throw in the towel. Inviting the MC into my cipher like, stay a while, pal. But your thoughts me, maybe not, damn, this kid's still ill. Skilled solid steel, never can he break. The mental heavyweight, with abilities to make the most masculine man menstruate, castrate, lacerate, decapitate, your fate was doomed. Leave you so fucked up they give up in the trauma room. I dare you try to battle this coon at high noon with swords and spoons when I roll with a platoon of loons.
Mucho Bravado.
Let the music carry you around. That's it.
I think the young people enjoy it when I get down verbally, don't you? 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 Don't you?
Traveling upon wind currents, I'm in a turn to a presently plagues airwaves, developed under the Kenai military personnel. First phrase were battle cries, diabolic pots, toys with tyrannies, flip biological warfare in the God's explosive quarters. The strange sitter gave me the range change, I rearranged the molecular structure, so became compatible specific orders. Place, lucid imagination, vivid, tangible we fit, no matter how far-fetched anything I thought of. For the love of pain excruciating, I became a modern-day omnipath Armageddon. The masses are waves that flounder and wallow in my area. I'm a new strain of strep throat. Visualize as a vocalized weapon for boots won't deviate, though I detonate devious devotees impetuous. Devoid pathos, my morbid monologue in its own right is an orthodox ox standing monument in the muggy moonlight. To mushroom is a verb synonymous with rapid growth. The asinine only perceived as hallucinogenic. Their condensed waspous minds get minced by vigorously intense tridents.
Obscure illusions, rub your contusions in a futile attempt to ease agony. Manifest tragedy, cause your best saddens me. Indecent mouthpiece in malform, possessing 3 eyes and 1 arm, how strange. Extensive range, my flying chariot gives more miles to the gallon than a battalion of geos. Your stilo is overrated and outdated like after EO. I stand below sea level and revel in your abandoned random frequency, never linking me to delinquency. Frequently seen and see the scene when I free the teen spirit, wise man fear it. Healthy respect for negative neglect, more like positive prospect. Identified like flying objects, pancreas probes for xenophobes. Stimulating like Q-tips on Ferengi lobes, harsh like cloves, bleeding lung on some shit like dung beetles. I'm the needle in the haystack, cause most stay whack. Asking me introspect, be the aspect which project Taoist dialect and or paradox talk, through the use of which no lock can block access. You can't test a graduate, battle it and see I swing more than a degree. 12 out of 10 MCs agree. Humble is not often used to describe me. I possess the power to synthesize serotonin when I'm cloning. Compatriots manifest sparks between matriarchs and my person, but I'm dispersing static quickly. You're looking sickly, can't trick me. I gain titles amongst the Sphinx where the Sphinx is required. I easily inspired, excel, and prevailed when you wage war. This make war, a rover the chameleon, and enter your pavilion unnoticed. And then sit lotus while locust focus feast on beast crops. Your vague veil drops, revealing a vicious visage. Still I remain viscous under extreme conditions, and you're stuck on stupid like dream emissions.
This, O best beloved, is another story of the high and far off times.
charm of great strength. Gave the pixies my thanks and started on a journey that would earn me a rank in the Hall of Heroes. Only weirdos don't fear those accolades. Once you got fame, you must back it with blades. Insecure people test to see who's best. I was blessed with security, trial by flame to ensure purity. Concerning me now is how to find this land. So I stand with the sun at my back. That's why I saw the attack before it came. I whirl around, 2 demons I found, stood my ground just the same. Balrog by name, the closest was lame. I took aim with my bow and let the arrow go, but the beast didn't slow. I had one more shot before they got too near. Had to make it quick for the one in the rear. Was picking up a boulder, I grabbed a bow from the quiver on my shoulder and let it fly. Issued his last sigh as it contacted his eye and embedded to the fletching. Now I'm sidestepping the remaining demon stone. The tactics of such creatures are not unknown, so I ready my broad blade spear and wait to hear the cry that would announce his charge. Balrogs are large, slow, and fierce. As he came forward, the spear would pierce his flesh. With his own momentum, I sent him back to hell. Time to make quick tracks to where the strange arms dwell. Just before I entered their valley, I saw the men rally round the tower. Even from this distance, I could feel the power. Its perplexing proportions seemed to devour the sky. Lesser men would wonder why I infiltrate, but the stranger is in no danger, for I appear as a magistrate come to debate trade treaties, the result of which would lead these people to a status equal to their neighbors. A savior they'll think I'll be. Cast a quick spell to tell if telepaths are around. Then I hear a sound kinda loud. I look up as I push through the crowd. I saw a translucent figure, and figure is the king, for he wears the royal ring. He says to me, if you wish to enter, place your hand on the center of the circle on the door. I did, and the floor opened wide. Now down a chute I slide to the dungeons, I assume. But then I land in a room too rich to be a cell. I stand where I fell, and an old man stepped from a shadow and said, I don't wish to do battle. Your mind is strong and my days are short. I'm afraid I wouldn't be much sport. I said I didn't come to kill. He said, but still I will go. But first my secrets I must show. The top of the tower was our destination. When we arrived, he said he must hasten his departure and to watch her back. The master of the tower must never lack awareness. I watched her prepare mist, was chained to a chariot. On he hopped and started to fly. When he was gone, I raised our flag 3 apples high.
Out of the Stygian paws, skeletal claws grapple when tackle crack my clavicle. This mercenary minstrel isn't usually caught off guard. It took deep breath when exhale released shards and shrapnel. Chips of poison to metal settle into forearm separate use of left hand. Violent sands cloaked its presence. I can't understand. Usually my sixth sense exposed the vile's essence. And baleful baycock bones usually creak when walk. Why would one threaten my well-being? I'm serene, I'm not seeing with soil and eyes. I could barely make out its hunched shape it launched forth. I tossed 2 kinetically charged pebbles to detonate on impact. On what one could only speculate was its breastplate. Moral children of Lilith try hardest to cut one's fate short. Although distraught, I was prepared, taught the mystic art of geomancy. I heeded the tortoiseshell salvage from previous mission and read the cracks, thus allowing me to track goal and run amok like a mind swings on a pendulum. I find my minds come to express repressed magic cherished. I flourish in times like these. When curious elemental spirits are appeased, and I'm stiffened forgotten knowledge in the form of Sanskrit prose, written on ancient tablets and scrolls. Suddenly I'm found surrounded by regurgitated corpses and trolls. Overlooked souls adrift in purgatory usually receive pity from me, but my gauntlet forged by dwarves manipulates reality haphazardly. Physical shapes transient, my would-be captors coil and contort as their bodies become ephemeral mercury. A finger snaps, rips, rifts, out of split as I sift through time. As I'm reconstructed, I hear the white-knuckled, blood-curdling trills of the child abducted. I'm 2 steps behind them. All that's needed is my retrieval of the paper mistakenly left in the mouth by forgetful rabbis. The word written shim breathes life into an adamant clay. Why risk quarrel? Using imitative magic, I bite my left finger, blood spills become catalyst for precipitation. Now all I need do is remain patient. I sat surreptitious, the soil simpleton slips through slush. I thrust forward to catch strange arm child falling and wipe away mud and tears. Her fears are calmed by charm promises of her return home.
So that's all right, best beloved. Do you see?
Now, following the rhythm of the music is really important, so try and avoid any interruptions if possible. Okay, let's begin by warming up your neck. To do this, nod your head, putting your chin down onto your chest, bouncing it 8 times. Now inhale and exhale. Listen to the music. I'll give you a cue when to start. Ready? Okay, now that you're all warmed up,
An ordinary brain contains eternity's secrets and sequence, but my perception makes me delinquent to information contained in this brain. But my basic concept of thought must be maintained. Only then I can gain thought stamina. Learn how to search all parameters per square inches, the diameter in fractal segments. Right brain ferments crystallization of thought. Repertoire is brought quick when gritty response is sought. The measurement of thought, emetic nut is caught. Dissection is brought in centillion. Under my pavilion, the thought of vitamins flourish in the millions. Escalating into zillions of minor electrical stimuli, kinetic energy supply, radiant thought immunized into the purest bliss. Even the most perplexed thought of evolution could compare to this branch of symbolic logic. Absorbing vitamin thought like an alcoholic digest barley in liquid form. Let my perception conform to these energy appendages that hold me to this flesh body. That's why I turn to spiritual healing from Mazamatli.
Got me blessed with breath, pivotal force to be reckoned with. To those misfortunate that left me feeling less impressed. I stress specific to manifest exquisite crumbs of colloquials to colleagues in my league. I'm eminent, corporeal, corpulent, corporal, adjacent to instrumentals, complacent, whose speech patterns perpetually pristine. From teams of fiends fanatic in my unilluminated attic, I seek asylum, only goal to esteem dream of worlds formerly unknown, lips prone to draw out words though silent. My alchemic incantations provide essential supplements to malnutrition nations. I'm a smart bomb launch while others think I'm simply talking to myself fantastic. Rather they think I'm mad than actually know I'm at when I'm sitting serene thinking, sinking into the depths of decadence. Wretchedness confounds, furiously vanquishes like third world countries populace of pestilence. My curious confidence compliments kindred constituents dominant.
This prominent paradox of a being is an ominous omnipotent, cognizant, all-seeing. My stature naturally puts an emphasis on synthesis. I'm a malady of reality, the antithesis, meticulous like forensics, intrinsic as a root. With a mind so involute, even as a mute, my points would still come across just as acute. While you shoot the breeze, I piss in the wind and sit reflecting in the eye of a sandstorm as I bend the minds of mortal men while they tend to simply grin and pretend to comprehend words that I pen mentally rend you limb from limb. Signals I send make your efforts seem almost whimsical. I let you speak your mind in the 2 cents tossed in, we're nonsensical. So I return the vocal projection apparatus to my stratosphere to ensure that my status remained effectual.
With intellectual supplements, I put a couple dents in a prince and the rest in nobility. Can't question my virility, cause the verses were offspring obstetricians would be killing me. For making them work Ho Chi Minh fail when trying to cross the Ho Chi Minh trail. If your current course is on track, I think you should derail. And if you're fresh, I think I'll stay stale. Will you fail a stress test? I impress the best, but not with intent. Pheromone scent. Females relent willingly, chemically commence the catalyst. Battle this and I paddle wrist with yardsticks and hard kicks. Follow to the hollow of the knee. There's no opposing me. I'm defined as supplementary to any angle. Opposite adjacent, negative displacement. Like Charles Boyle and the King's Crown. Snarl and boil and a kissing ground. Can't follow me like a hound with no olfactory orifice. In case you couldn't guess, yes, I got more of this. Like surplus, plethora, I'm betting ya. Sciatic nerve pieces to innovate while I demonstrate. A shadow meld, you swear you beheld night incarnate. When you drop a bomb, I disarm it. Reciprocal, eternal, typically nocturnal. My night moves confuse the mind of a vigilant militant villager. I'm not the pillager, I earn what I get. Reluctant recipient of shameless adoration. We name this creation. Vitamin thought liberally supplied to define mental rot. Psychic flora pollinates, bringing life to tundra in the form of written works of wonder. Stagnation, I sunder or smoke. Influence you under, we float above heads. Too many are bound by the gossamer threads of insecurity.
Vitamin thoughts, vocabulary spills, I'm ill. 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 Vocabulary spills, I'm ill.
There is a balance to the universe which must be kept. Here is your answer. Behold, Point Dread. It was created ages ago, before the Great War. Point Dread moves through both time and space, so you can go anywhere in an instant. The scales of destiny are once again balanced. Farewell.